Hello and welcome to Digital Marketing for Authors. My name's Andy Slinger and today we're going to be talking about Amazon ads for authors, and this is part 3. So we're going to dive straight in and have a look at the 3 adverts that we set up on the previous 2 videos. Let's see how they're doing, see if they need optimizing in any way, see if we can improve the performance of the ads. I'm also going to show you a little technique that I use to generate loads of different keywords that are relevant to your book. If we can get loads of keywords, then we can set up loads of adverts and hopefully make loads of money on it. So I'm going to show you a quick and easy way of doing that. First though, we're going to jump straight onto my Amazon dashboard. So this is the overall sales and spend from all the adverts that I'm currently running. I've spent £4.34. I've got £19.47 in sales, 3 orders through 21 clicks. So that is really good. It looks like I'm pretty much in profit. The top 3 ads here are the ones that I've got running at the moment. So we've got one, the original one from the 1st of December, and we've got 2 from the 2nd of December. So if we scroll across here, we can see that the top advert has only had 103 impressions. That's not serving at all. The second one has had 11,900 impressions. It's had 3 clicks and 0 orders. Okay, so I think I'll be a bit more patient with that. As we said on the last video, for every 10 clicks I'd like to have 1 order, so I'll give it a little bit more time. It's creating a lot of impressions. Might be that it's not quite targeting the right things. People aren't inspired by the book cover to click on it and buy one. Who knows? And then the third advert, which is the original one we set up, 14,550 impressions. It's had 8 clicks and 3 orders. So that's absolutely amazing. That is the kind of advert that you dream of when you're doing Amazon ads. It's a fantastic example. So we've kind of got one of each here, which is great to show you guys. So first of all, we'll click on the one that's making us money, as I'm sure you want to see why, because I do. It's only spent £1.77 and it's generating £19.47. So if I take my sales, take away all the money that it's costing me in royalties and the spend, I'm well in profit there. That's exactly where I want to be. I've generated 3 sales. And let's have a look where the sales have come from. So down here, remember, we've got total targets. There's 99 different ones. So let's click on there and see what is generating these clicks and orders. So 6 of the clicks have come from 1 keyword and also all 3 of the orders. So let's see what this fantastic keyword is. Annual 2022. That's my little gem of a keyword there. So we're going to use that at some point in the next generation advert. We'll keep hold of that one. So that's fantastic. If we go back onto Campaign Manager now, let's see the other adverts. What I would always suggest is, if you've got an advert like this one that's not serving any impressions, that's taking a little while to get going, I'd change the end date on it. I always recommend you put the end date as like a couple of weeks in advance, right? So 19th, but if we put it even earlier, put it like a few days in advance, maybe a week top, so call it a week, apply that and see if that makes any difference to it. If it does, great. If it doesn't, well, there's not much we can do about it. Sometimes they serve and sometimes they don't. This one here seems to be serving loads, but we've got very little clicks on it or sales. It's only cost us 47p, which is fine. I can take that. It's cost us 47p. It's had 3 clicks, which is great. And if you remember, this one is based on categories. Okay, so these should be relevant categories to my book. So things like superhero categories, literature and fiction. Okay, so this is an ad that we'll just leave it to it. It's gaining lots of impressions, but it's not quite getting the clicks that we want. Okay, if you can have a look here though, it all seems to be coming from fiction for children, which is great. Yeah, that shows that that's the correct category for my book. So hopefully, if we leave that a bit longer, up to 10 clicks, I want to see a sale on there. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. Okay. So now that I've done that, we're gonna have a look at Goodreads. Goodreads is an author platform, probably the biggest sort of social media for authors in the world. Thousands and thousands and thousands of readers on it. So if you're not already on that platform, I suggest that you get on there. If you get involved in the book communities there, you're going to get really, really good response from it. If you haven't already got a profile on there, if you haven't already claimed your book, because you've got to claim your book before someone else does, but claim your book on there, set up an account, post on it. You can add like books that you're reading at the moment, things like that, answer questions to readers, okay, do all sorts of things like that. But as well as doing that, if I go on to Goodreads, this is Goodreads. I'll show you my little profile. You can put yourself on there. You can add like questions and things like that. You can add videos to it. You can even post your blog on it. You can get friends and stuff like that. Oh look, Super Twins book. I've clearly not been on here because I've got loads of notifications. But we've also got on here something called Listopia. Right. If you type in the search bar at the top, it gives you loads of lists of books that people set up. Now these are done based on categories. So these are the top featured lists. So the Kindle Notes, new horror books, etc, etc. Okay. So what we can do is we can search lists. So if we go on superhero fiction, click on that, and I should have a nice list of superhero books, which is perfectly relevant to my book. So what I want to do is take all the titles of these books, or even the authors' names, and use those as keywords. Now on this particular list, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books. There should be 100 per page, right? How many pages? Well, ridiculous amounts of pages. Okay, 779 books that I can nick the titles off here. Now I can either copy and paste all those, which is going to take me an absolute lifetime and probably drive me insane in the process, or I can use a little thing called an instant data scraper. Now if you type into Google instant data scraper, you'll get to this here. It looks like a little pokeball. Instant data scraper, that button will say add to Chrome. Add that to Chrome and it'll pop up on this little puzzle icon here. Okay, so let's start on this list. If I click on the little puzzle icon here, click on Instant Data Scraper and it'll load up nicely. Now what you should see on the screen behind is there should be a nice little box around all the book titles. And what this tool's going to do is it's going to collect the data from all of those. So it's already collected data from 100 rows. If I press start crawling, it's going to start going through all the pages of that list. 700 and odd books. It's going to collect the data for all of them. So if I leave it, it will do them all. I only want sort of 500. 500 is absolute tops for me for keywords for an ad. So we'll leave it to crawl through those pages, collect all the data, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, not long. There we go. So stop crawling. So if I click on this CSV, it's going to convert them all into an Excel file. Ta-da! Here we are, this Excel file. If I stretch open this little column here, this is a list of all the books. Click on the column title, press Ctrl and C, and that's going to copy all those. And then what I'll do is I'll go back into the campaign manager. And we can create a new ad. So we're going to create campaign. All the usual stuff. Sponsored product ad. Put in a nice little title that describes it. So for me, Super Twins. It's a sponsored product ad. And it's for this one, I'm going to put Goodreads list. And it's superhero fiction. I'm going to put keyword at the end because it's a keyword ad. Start date is today. End date, look at this, it knows me well, 2 weeks from now. Daily budget of £5, and we're going to do manual targeting. Dynamic bids down only, and then let's click on the book that we want to promote. Super Twins, added that in there. And then we're going to go into keyword targeting this time. If you can remember from the last video, it will suggest us plenty of keywords there. However, this time we're going to enter our own list. Before I do that though, I'm going to change the bid because I don't want to get ripped off. Always remember to change your bid. You don't want to be paying 50 pence or 50 cents per keyword. That's far too much. So I'll change that to 30. I'll keep it to broad targeting so it can do, it should show up for more. Control V, it give me a list of all those book titles. I've even listed book title in there. So let's add them there. It's not going to add them all because there's a slight problem with all these, and that is punctuation. Amazon doesn't like punctuation in the keywords. So what I'm going to do, get rid of some of these. And then it'll add a few more keywords in there. Okay, so we've got 139 there. That's going to do for the purpose of this ad. Bids all in at 30 pence. Just double check, always double check that it's relevant to your book. Okay, because it's a Goodreads list and it's based on superheroes. Mine's a superheroes book, so it shouldn't be too far off it. You never know though, there might be the odd one that just appears that's nothing to do with it. So that's all cool. Plenty of Marvel type stuff. I'll happily show up next to those books. Marvellous. And then launch campaign. So let's see how much success we get from those. What I would recommend is that you set up 5 of these per week. So if you go on and scrape the data from 5 different lists, that's 2,500 keywords that you're going to get launched into ads each week. If you can get 2,500 every single week, then before you know it, you're going to find a few keywords that are doing the job for your book. So just keep working at that. I challenge you to do 5 before I come on next week, and we'll have a look and see what the results are then. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. If you could subscribe to my channel, it'd be massively appreciated, and give this video a little like. The more positive signals you can give to YouTube that this content's good, the more people I can get in front of and help with Amazon ads. Together we can make more money from Amazon. Let's make a do. Let's do this.